because this saga apparently was destined to continue. Hello everybody, Drew here. Tip of the Mitt Flips, where every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure that you are subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have 11 orders going out today for about $175, somewhere right around $200. Not really sure exactly, but first thing going out, my favorite, still have not come across more. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. I'm going to find more because they've been doing well. It is plain wooden chess piece, and that is in basket A2A is technically what this is called, and it is and you see the bag's getting pretty empty. It's a black pawn. I mean, I know it's a dark brown, but technically that's in the game. There's black and there's white. So that is a black pawn, and I took an offer, $6.99 free shipping. And then after that, it was weird, but it's exactly how returns should go with clothing, but it's not. Someone bought a hat from me, and it is on A5, Charlotte Hornets Hat cap. Right here, vintage Charlotte Hornets hat. When I was a kid, it did not matter what team was your favorite team. You had Charlotte Hornets gear. It was just the coolest, you know, this is very 90s colors and stuff, so it was just the cool thing to do. We have the Charlotte Hornets starter jacket and stuff. Even if you weren't a fan of the team, you always had Charlotte Hornets stuff. But somebody bought that hat, said, hey, didn't match my shoes. I'd like to return it. They paid the return shipping, came back, I listed it, it sold the same day. I took an offer, $17.99 free shipping. So that's cool. And then they left me a note. Can you leave me feedback and I'll do the same? I don't know. Maybe they're a up-and-coming eBay seller, so they're trying to drum up some feedback, which is perfectly fine. I don't know. Just, it's not a bad thing. It's just a little weird to ask for feedback. So that's the only reason I could think. And if that's the case, then sure, I could see why they would do it. Just not how I would have approached it. Because in most cases, if you buy something, you get feedback. That's just how that goes. And then this is a good flip because I think I paid $0.25 for it on not listed as a place. So that's the old inventory system. I still don't know why, because I at some point redid everything. So it should still be somewhere. It should still be somewhere. Jaguar Weekender canvas. It's like a travel bag, carry-on, overnight bag. Yes, right here. Maybe when I put it in, I said, okay, you'll remember where that's at. No big deal. But I'm glad to have this shelf space as well, because it's not like bulky or anything. I mean, I guess bulky would be the way to describe it. It took up a lot of space. That's what I'm getting at. But it's a travel bag. Doesn't look very good, all mushed up like that. $19.99 free shipping. So that was a pretty good buy. And I remember specifically this bag when I bought it. It was just a funny moment at the garage sale because I said, oh, okay, I just want the bag. I was like, do you have I think I said, do you have change for a 20 or something? And they were like, no, we don't have any change. I was like, what? You don't have change? Okay, let me walk the 100 yards back to my car and get $0.25 because I'm not going to give you a 20 for it. It was just kind of funny because she just said it a matter-of-factly. No, I don't have any change. It's like, oh, okay. Neat. And then this is becoming one of my favorites. Lego Star Wars Advent calendar, and I have one right here because I needed more on hand, and that's where I just threw the extra one. But that right there, I will get $40.99 plus shipping, and I'm down to, I think, 5 or 6 of these, so I'm going to bump the price up. But mine, again, is not the cheapest one, and mine are selling well. But when I go to look them up, mine is the top one. So, and I only put 1.1% for promoted listing, which promoted listing is you're paying eBay to promote your listing. They do more advertising for you, and the amount that you get for your product is dictated by how much extra money you give them. And I used to do 1% on everything just to get that little extra bump, and now I do 1.1 just to get above all the other people that do just 1%. And this listing right here, I am the top listed item. So that 1.1% is enough to make up the difference that I'm paying specifically on this listing. I don't keep track of that on all my listings, but specifically on that one, I'm making definitely the 1.1 back plus some. And then after that, again, plain wooden chess piece. This one is a king in the black, which I think, yeah, it's this one right here. That one right there. And that, I got $8 free shipping. After that, Punkarama Volume 10. And I took an offer on this, and I went back and forth with them because I wanted to sell it, but I also was right on the threshold of having, you know, not enough dollars in it to make any money. So ended up $4.79. I think that's my baseline, and I still make 50 cents-ish. And that's at a cost of $0 on the CD, which I, at some point, did pay for this CD. But as far as when I listed these, they were worth nothing to me because they were going to be trash if not. And by trash, I mean donated, which is still trash because it makes me $0. And then on B3, Corning Simply Light, which this Simply Light stuff, it scares me when I ship it because it is Simply Light. Like the glass for the casserole dish itself is very thin and lightweight. And this, just to be sure, the 1.5, yeah. But the market for it, or at least the ROI for it, is very high. So on that one, $34.99 plus shipping. And then after that, again, I'll actually grab it now just because I can, but it's on a 4 Star Wars Advent calendar. If I can get it out without messing up my expensive unicorn that's back there, but you know what it is right there. And I did finally get a price for the Darth Vader in a Christmas sweater. You get about $22. So that alone makes up for most of the cost of the item if somebody was wanting to break them apart and sell them, which I might do with the final one. I don't know. As I'm saying it, that's not going to happen. But what I will do is when I sell one more, then I'm going to raise the price just to get me through the rest of fourth quarter, closer to Christmas, that kind of thing. But $40.99 plus shipping. After that, LG AKB something. It's a remote in this one here. And I think it's this, yeah, it's this standard LG remote that goes to like every LG TV. I think I had 5 or 6 of them, and that's the only reason I was willing to list those, because $5.99 free shipping, but it was one listing and I think I had 5. And then this was in the, I wasn't sure if these would ever sell, but they were in the WBK Ultra mystery box that I had bought. It is B3A Super Block Tape, which if it didn't sell wouldn't have been a big deal. I would have just given it to my boy. But it's 3M stick tape that is Lego block, but it's not Lego. So I don't, well, it says for Lego, so I didn't get in trouble there because it's not Lego brand. Or maybe Lego isn't Vero restricted. I don't know. But it's cool stuff. You slap the tape down and then you can build Legos off it. I thought it was pretty neat. If that had existed when I was a child, I would have been ecstatic because I was very much into Legos. And then last up, Bad Religion, Stranger Than Fiction, right here. It's a pretty good CD. Bad Religion, great band, been around forever. $5.99 free shipping. Of course, that'll go media mail. And that's all the sales for today. Quick story to recap. I had someone buy a DVD because this saga apparently was destined to continue. Someone bought a DVD player. They claim, which I'm not saying they were right or wrong. People make mistakes, including myself. They claim I did not send them the cords or the remote. I said, okay, I'd like to give you a partial refund. I apologize. I offered them half the price back. They said, that's ridiculous. I said, okay, you're being rude. Please return the item. I will give you a full refund and hopefully never do business with you again. I wanted them to know that I do not want to do business with you. Could have been my mistake right there, but I think they were going to try and scam me no matter what. Because then, instead of accepting the return and sending me the item and getting a full refund for all their shipping costs, instead they did a chargeback through their credit card company. eBay, when it comes to chargebacks, sucks. Okay? They don't care. They've messed up the whole system. As soon as they switch from PayPal to eBay managed payments, chargebacks, it's free game. Whatever. I try not to talk about it because I don't want people to learn about it and do it, but you can just do chargebacks on whatever you want and you'll get it. The only time it wouldn't happen is if your own credit card company was like, I don't know, it seems fishy, you do a lot of chargebacks. I don't know if that happens, but as far as eBay is concerned, they don't care. There's nothing you do, you're screwed. So they did the chargeback, which therefore means they get their money back. They get to keep the item. Then, here's where the saga continues. Then they left me negative feedback. Because, actually, let me pull it up just so I can read it. Okay, so here's what they wrote. False advertisement, item came with no remote at all, and seller didn't offer no apology. They sound very intelligent. Didn't offer no apology. Poor and no customer service etiquette. Again, offered a full half refund if they wanted to keep the item, full refund if they returned it. So, I don't know what I could have done anymore. Definitely a thumbs down. Normally, when you get negative feedback on an item, but you have refunded, whether they return it or not, if you refund them their money, say when this happened, it was a $5 item, I wouldn't have even bothered. I would have just said, okay, sorry about the trouble, send them the refund, never talk to them again. Then if they leave me negative feedback through eBay seller protection, I can contact eBay, which is a pain in the butt, and then I can, or actually, let me rephrase, you don't contact eBay anymore. If you do, they will redirect you to a form that you fill out so that you don't have a person to talk to. So there's a disconnect between what happens and an actual human, because that would be too much like people have to use their brain. Instead, they'd rather just have some type of ghost person in a room, or probably an algorithm, truthfully, decide for you. But what would happen is you would get the negative feedback taken off, because it makes sense. Thank you, eBay, for using your brain once, that if they have their money back and the item, or they have their money back, period, that there is no reason for the seller to also be punished with negative feedback. Well, here's the kicker. If the refund is done through a chargeback, then it is not covered under eBay seller protections. So not only did they keep the item, they got their money back. Now I am stuck with a negative feedback. My only negative feedback. I am 100% on my feedback. And it's not that I've never gotten negative feedback. It's just the other two times I got the feedback removed, because either A, they were, not in the right to give me negative feedback. There was no reason for it. Or B, I gave them a refund. I don't recall, but somewhere around 2 that I've gotten. And now, so then I, of course, did the thing I swear I'm never going to do again. And I contact eBay customer service because I expect, oh, they got a refund. Let me get this removed so that I can just deal with it, da-da-da-da-da. They redirect me to a form to fill out. I say, okay, cool. And it says in the form they'll get back to you 24 to 48 hours. They got back to me within, I don't know, under 5 minutes. Could have been under a couple minutes. And we're just basically like, no, yeah, we don't see any reason. Let me try to remember how it was phrased. But it was something like, we don't see any reason for this negative feedback to be removed. Like it doesn't check the boxes of they were refunded through eBay. And so then when I again tried to contact somebody, they just said, oh, there's nothing we can do. It's so frustrating. And I'm hoping one of these other platforms can pick it up. There's a large percentage of people that do this for a living that are chomping at the bit. That makes me sound old using that term, chomping at the bit, to have something that does the exact same thing but functions on a higher level. It's I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing I'm going to do about it. I'm just going to, again, this is what I'm drawing my line in the sand. I will not contact eBay seller service, because I don't want to say customer service, ever again, because it does not result in anything. It's the runaround. Half the time, I don't think I'm talking to a real person. It's ridiculous. No one has any idea what they're doing over there. It's a joke. Unfortunately, zoom out to the macro, I have some awareness of this, that the shareholders and the people in charge, they don't care. They care about one thing, bottom line, dollars. And when we're in a economic, I don't even want to, get into that realm, but when we're in an economic climb because our dollars are dropping, their bottom line will forever go up. It doesn't matter. So it always looks good to investors and shareholders. So they don't have to care if their service is going in the tubes, because the dollars will continue to go up. So there's no way that they ever fix this. They just hopefully will at some point stop getting worse. That's how low my bar is. I just want them to not get worse. That's pretty sad. Only thing I could do is eBay did increase the number of characters you can do in a response to a scammer. So what I put is basically the story. I put at the beginning scammer, as you can see right here, scammer, so that people know. I offered a partial refund. When they said no to that, I offered to accept a return for a full refund. Then they did a credit card chargeback, so got a full refund and kept the item. They have now been blocked, and I suggest that all other sellers do the same. So hopefully other people see that. And for you out there, if you want to block them, it is V Warren 06. I'll try to zoom in on that and make it look better. But, it's just one of those things that literally nothing you can do about it. Thank you for that, eBay. I really wish I had one of those channels that had a big enough following where, because eBay watches top-end YouTube channels, top-end eBay seller YouTube channels, they watch them, and they will actually, reach out to these people when they have a problem. So they have some kind of pull. But will I ever get to that point? Who knows? They would probably very much not like the things I say if I did. But to change gears, that brings us to the tip of the day. And the tip of the day is make sure your inventory numbers are correct. Because if not, what happens is you have 2 of these Sani Dry disinfecting wipes buckets listed, and you make the mistake of having one right here, and to save space, you leave one in the laundry room, and your girlfriend assumes that these are for our home and opens it and uses it. I was aware of it, so it's not like she did it and I was like, oh no, it's sold. I was like, oh, you used it. Bummer. I have that listed. And then I just forgot to take it out of the inventory. And then normally what would happen is someone would buy one of them, and then you would again be reminded, oh, bummer, I only have one of these. I need to change that listing. But instead what happened is somebody bought 2. And so therefore I did not have 2. And what made it worse and very bad for me is I reached out to them with 3 messages, and they bought it on Thursday, and today is Monday. And I reached out 3 messages between Thursday and this morning, and just no response. They weren't responding to my messages. So maybe they work for some type of cleaning service or something, and they're not in the office or whatever. I don't know. I was supposed to go to Arizona. So what I had to do is just cancel the whole order, which I was hoping to just refund half of it. But that, as far as eBay is concerned, is a knock at the highest degree. Canceling an order for mismarked inventory, that's a big no-no. As far as no-nos go, that's right up there. So that's going to be a strike on my account for sure. Even if they don't give me negative feedback or go any further, it's still going to not go well for my account. My account is so into the good that it won't affect it that much, but I still don't like it because now it's going to take a year for that to get off. Same thing with this negative feedback, but those things can start adding up. You know, I get another negative feedback over the holiday season, or a couple of them, just because people are people. They can start adding up. So make sure your inventories are right. Don't make that mistake. That's a lot of why I do this, so that when I make my mistakes, I tell you and you don't make those mistakes. So check your inventory numbers. If something comes up where your inventory needs to be adjusted, do it then. Don't do it later. I'm a terrible procrastinator. Terrible. Been like it my whole life. And that's why I'm like it now, because I never fixed it. I was always really good. Paper's due tomorrow. If I write it tonight, it was like an A paper. So it was positive reinforcement for bad behavior. So that's not a good plan. So now I am an adult making the same mistakes I was when I was a kid. But that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.